tonight, thank you for jumping on, first of all, to Woke Wednesday, and I'm here every week. So tonight, we're going to talk about long game. So as I like to say, long game, baby. So we are very much in a culture of immediate gratification. And if people can't get what they want short term, they just don't have the mindset to stick around and wait for it. And the thing is that most things that are worth having take a while to get them, right? So if we look at, let's say, for example, weight loss. A lot of times people will, I looked at this today, 49% of Americans want to lose weight. But a lot of times what happens is they'll start a program, whether it's a diet, an exercise program, or whatever, and when they don't see immediate results, they'll quit. That's why when we see everybody joins the gym in January, and the statistic is 3 weeks into January, all those people are gone. Not all of them, but a lot of those people are gone, right? They don't see immediate results, so they go, man, I'm done, right? People who start businesses, sometimes this is the same. We're so conditioned to the way of, okay, I'm going to work a certain number of hours and I'm going to be paid for those hours in maybe 2 weeks or maybe a month, right? But I'm going to be paid for those hours. And so when people are starting their own business, it takes on average 2 to 3 years for a startup business to become profitable. So when they're not getting that pay for the work they're putting in, it's like, oh, wait a minute, this isn't working. I'm not making any money, because they don't see the long term, right? Degrees, or if any kind of training for schooling and stuff like that, degrees, it's the same thing. That takes time. Now, I think people at least go into that with a more of a mindset that they know it takes time. You know when you're going into, hi Stacy, hi Anthony, you know when you're going into a degree, this is going to take 4 years, or this is going to take 2 years, or whatever the case may be. So you're a little bit more prepared for it mindset wise. But again, we see a lot of people that end up dropping out. And so a lot of these things, relationships, we see that big time too, right? We're now in this culture where it's like you move from one relationship to the next. When you get tired of it, when you get bored with it, when things get tough, right? Then it's like, okay, well, on to the next one. And so again, most things that are worth having are going to take time. They're going to take a lot of work. Let's be real. They're going to take a growth mindset. You can't have this fixed mindset. You have to have a growth mindset and understand that things are really, that things are going to get there. And so a big part of long-term thinking, of long game, is really having faith. Having faith in yourself, having faith in the process, right? And there are things you can do every day to know that you're taking those steps. So when people are trying to lose weight, they might not immediately see the pounds drop off. They might not immediately see, a slimmer waistline or losing the inches and stuff like that. But if you focus on, man, I ate really healthy today and that's really good for me, or, oh, I got to go off of a medication or something like that, those small steps, as you just continue to go towards those, will build up, right? So you want to make sure that you understand what your priorities are to think long game, right? What is it that you want to get out of this and why? That's really important. Why do you want this? So if we focus a lot of times on things like money or vanity, I want to look a certain way, a lot of times that's not enough to keep us in the game. But if we focus on, man, I want to be able, when I have grandkids, I want to be able to be playing with them, right? That might help you stay in that game a little bit longer to help you get to that point where you get to lose weight. So you want to understand what your priorities are, why. You have to be excited about it. I mean, if you're going into something like, okay, well, I guess I'm going to do this relationship forever, right? That is not a helpful mindset, by the way, for anyone. So I'm not saying, obviously, stay in a relationship that you don't want to be in, but, long term, long game. And so many people just don't have that vision anymore because we're so conditioned, everything's immediate. I look at it and I look at people who play video games. I'm not a video gamer, but I watch people who play video games and man, they will work so hard to get to that next level. They will work so hard to figure out how to beat the gaming system or whatever the case may be. They might even learn the codes and stuff like that so they can trick the gaming system, whatever the case may be. They'll work hard at that stuff, but they won't work as hard at their weight loss. They won't work as hard at their relationship. They won't work as hard at their own business or improving themselves for a different career or whatever the case may be, right? And so we just have to look at, what is your long-term goal? What does that look like to you? So I want everybody to close your eyes for a minute, and I want you to just focus on one. I have a hard time with this because I have so many long-term goals that sometimes I'm like, oh, there's so many going on. So just focus on one thing. And let's look at one thing for your life in 5 years from now, whether that's financial and you're hoping to maybe be debt-free, or you're wanting to retire or whatever. Maybe that's a lifestyle. So maybe you want to have a different house, a different car, you want to go places, stuff like that. It might be a relationship goal for you. So just think of something 5 years from now that you know that you want. And I want you to really sit in that. I want you to think about what that will feel like to have that. How will that feel? What will that mean to your life? I want you to picture that. If it's a different job, I want you to picture yourself getting up and going to that different job. And what's that going to be like? How are you going to feel about that? Long goal. When something is in your mind that you really, truly want, and I mean really want it, like to the point where you can't not have it, right? You will put in the work. You will work on changing your mindset to have that. You have to sometimes develop a thick skin for this, because as you know, as things aren't going your way, as you're not, you're not seeing the results that you want, whatever those might look like, it's going to be tempting. It's going to feel like failure. But if you remember a few weeks ago, I talked about, look at all the really big successful people that we look at that have failed over and over and over again, right? So you got to develop a thick skin to where you don't let that get to you. You don't let that take away your belief in yourself, your belief in what you really want, your belief that you can actually have those things. So develop a thick skin, right? Maintain that focus, maintain your faith in yourself. So that's all I really wanted to talk about today, guys, is just that long game. Find something that it is that you want. Work towards that. Don't give up. Don't throw in the towel on yourself. That's the biggest thing, right? Thank you, Dee. Don't throw in the towel on yourself. You've got this. You can do this. We can all do this, right? If you need help, guess what? Find people along the way to help you. And some of those people might not be the same people that are in your life right now. But don't be afraid to go looking other places to find the people that will help you get what you want. You saw I posted, if you looked at any of my social media today, I posted a few things along this today. So I posted, about one day you will look back on yourself and you will be proud for not giving up. But you have to get to that one day, right? If you give up so quickly, you're never going to have that chance to feel proud about yourself. I also posted something about how, you can't have, you need the people in your life to want to see you win. So keep that in mind as well. Hi, Tino. All right, so that's it for tonight, guys. Real quick, short one. Look at that long-term game. Look at that long game. Every time you start to catch yourself in your short-term thinking, look at the long game. What is it that you want 5 years from now, 10 years from now? That could be, again, that could be in your financial life. That could be in your lifestyle. That could be in your personal life with the relationships that you have. That could be, with your career, whatever the case may be. But focus on that long game. Don't give up. All right. Bye, guys. Have a great night.